The boys are back for another episode 36 to be exact. Adam Yokum, my dear friend, how are we feeling this afternoon?
Feeling good, man. Can't complain. Fresh out of the shower. Feeling fresh and just ready for a conversation with my good friend Dylan Reese.
You know, I was thinking the same thing because I woke up pretty early this morning, had a lot of phone calls to get through, and I'm planning on recording some music today as well. And I thought to myself, what a nice little break in the day I'll have. Just have a little lunch, have my second coffee, which I'm currently sipping on, and just have a little catch up with my guy. Because we've been texting and stuff, but I haven't really talked to you in like, I don't know, a week at least, it feels like, because I was on the road for a bit. You were busy doing stuff. You had yourself a little Hawaii trip. Maybe that was before this. I don't even know, but it feels like it's been a minute since I've like properly chatted with you.
Yeah, it does feel like it's been a minute. I saw you at your house right before you left on tour. I stopped in LA
Yeah.
on the way to Hawaii. Before we went to Hawaii, we were there for a couple days and saw you there. But that was let's see, last time I saw you was July 8th, I think that was, or maybe the 7th. So, yeah, it's been a minute since we've caught up. So, excited to talk to you as well. Happy to hear you're caffeinated, man.
Have to
Happy
be.
to hear you're flying over there. Everything seems like it's going well for you. The new tattoo is looking really good on your chest. You can
I'm
see
healed
the
up.
owl poking out there.
I'm fully
Really
healed.
good.
Yeah,
You look strong. You look strong.
I'm feeling strong. Sometimes you gotta get a tattoo on your chest so you look stronger. You know,
How many hours was in that tattoo?
it was 20 hours total.
And you did it a couple different sessions, a couple different days.
We did 4 sessions, about 5 hours each day. So yeah, most of June and July, I was just like in there every other week, basically.
Yeah.
I wanted to get it done before I left for the tour I just did, and just like have the summer to heal. Because yeah, it's a pretty big piece. Pause.
Yeah. It,
But yeah, I'm happy with it. And I'm inspired to keep on going and cover my entire body. So we'll see where that leads us.
you're gonna cover your whole body.
Probably.
Are you gonna do the neck?
Man, I've been really contemplating that the past few months. Part of me really wants to, because I think I would look fucking badass. And parts of me wants to leave my hands and my neck completely blank. So like if I'm wearing a hoodie, like you don't even really know I have tattoos, and then I'm just like blasted. I feel like that's kind of a cool vibe too. Because I can kind of, I could put a suit on and be an absolute professional, just handsome gentleman,
Yeah.
but then I'll take a dip in the pool and I'm a convict. Could be either.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you get many more tattoos. Forget management. I'm gonna hire you for security.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm ready, brother. I'm ready to do both.
You look like you could beat someone's ass. Has Dylan Reese ever been in a fight?
It's been a long time. I'm an R&B singer after all. You know what they say. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That
I'm a sweet guy. I'm real wholesome. It's part of my juxtaposition. Like, look like a fucking badass, potentially a little scary at first, but then you're like, wow, this guy's a really nice guy. It's kind of my vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in a fight in high school during a basketball game. It was just a brawl that broke out, and I didn't want to fight anybody, but it was just like a spur of the moment thing. Like, people just come at you, start swinging. I ended up ducking a punch, uppercutting some dude in the fucking ribs, and he was down for a second. And then my boy Ellie, who ended up becoming like an MMA fighter, was cleaning up the entire team. So I had one punch and then I got out the way and let him handle it. So
Yeah.
not really, honestly. I'm not a fight guy,
Yeah. I'm not a big fighter either. I don't enjoy fighting. I
but
don't.
I'll beat somebody's ass if it comes down to it.
You definitely would.
And I
Yeah.
think you.
Yeah. I have faith that you could definitely beat someone's ass. Yeah. Um
That's not what we're here to talk about, is it?
no, I guess we're not here to talk about beating ass, are we? I've got a couple life updates that I would like to share on the podcast. I've had a very interesting week.
Yeah, and I don't even know what they are. So I'm curious to hear what you got to say, because you texted me You're like, yo, I got some stuff for the pod whenever we do it. So lay it
Yeah.
on me, brother.
I had to go to the hospital the other day on Monday and get a rabies vaccine.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
I potentially got rabies and then, well, no longer have rabies because I got vaccinated for it, or like the medicine to stop rabies if you have it.
Okay, first of all, I just want to premise this isn't like a prank, right?
This is not a prank. This
You
actually happened.
potentially got rabies.
This actually happened, yeah.
When I hear rabies, it feels like a cartoon or something. Like no one actually has that. You know, it's like just some like feral like fucking chipmunk or some shit, and it's like, yeah, he's got rabies. Stay away from him. It's like it's not even real.
Yeah. No, this is real.
So, how did you potentially get affected by rabies?
All right, so let me walk you through it.
Can't wait.
I live in a really old house. Like, I think it was built in the late 1800s. And there's a couple additions that have been added onto it, but the house is not sealed up very well. It's not insulated very well. So from time to time, critters get in. You know, I mean, like it's a clean house. I keep the place pretty clean, but occasionally, like you'll find a little mouse in the house. Not because it's like dirty and food and there's mice coming in. It's just an old house. Critters get in, spiders get in, whatever it may be.
Also, you
Well,
live in like kind of near the woods. Like there's a lot of trees and stuff in your backyard. Like
yeah,
you know,
yeah, the
not
forest is like right there.
you don't live in like the city. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point to note. Um, and over the years, there have been a handful of bats that get into my house, and they'll just start flying around the place. Well, bats are, I mean, this is all shit that I've learned, you know, over the last year or two, but bats are apparently the number one carrier of rabies. Their like population is extremely rabid, I guess is a way to put it. Um, and it's pretty, I guess, well known. I don't know if it's well known, but I just know about it because I've had some bats in my house a few times. If you come in contact with a bat at all, it is like highly recommended that you get rabies vaccine because there's a really high chance that you can get rabies from a bat. Um, you know, like people get bit by dogs all the time or whatever, and it's like, okay, it's just a defensive dog. People get bit, maybe no rabies involved. But bats or any animal that like should be afraid of humans, like a raccoon or a fox or something like that, there's a good chance it has rabies if it bites you.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I didn't get bit by a bat, but there just was one in my house, and it was flying around middle of the night while I was sleeping. Basically, yeah, it's crazy. It's craziness. But apparently, listen, I did a whole deep dive on this. It's going to sound insane, but a bat can like bite you in your sleep, and their teeth are so small that it won't wake you up and it won't leave a mark on your skin. So it can essentially, a bat can bite you in your sleep and you have no clue that it happened at all. Um, so I was just in the back of my mind like, damn, there was a bat in my house. I was asleep. On the odd chance that that thing bit me and I don't know about it, I could have rabies. And I don't know if you know much about the rabies
I
thing.
don't know anything about this.
Brother, I'm about
Great.
to. This is a very interesting conversation, and it's actually a really interesting affliction. I don't even know the word for it. It's a disease, I guess, the rabies disease. Um, it is 100% fatal in humans. 100%. There is no cure to it.
Well, if you get
There's
rabies, you die no matter what.
You die. You just die. And on top of that, it's a very, very uncomfortable and painful death. So let me just get into some of the details of rabies. You have to get treated for it before a symptom shows up. Okay? So like it starts off, you'll get like a fever, you'll start feeling just like a regular sickness or whatever. It's too late for you. It's too late. By the time that your body is like, damn, something's wrong with me, you're gonna die. So you have to like get bit by something and be like, I could have got rabies and then go get the rabies vaccine to like prevent it.
Mhm.
But essentially, when you get rabies, yeah, it starts off as a sickness, and then it like attacks your mind. Like you'll start basically you go schizophrenic, so you start having like delusion or like hallucinations and panic attacks, and you like just start like losing your mind, and then your like muscles shut down, and it creates a distaste for water. Like someone will try to like give you some water to drink and your body will like reject it. Like your nervous system won't allow you to drink any water. And
Whoa.
then yeah, and your muscles start tightening up and cramping and essentially you die from like a heart attack or a stroke. Like you basically have like a schizophrenic heart attack,
Mm.
which
That
is
sounds
terrible.
horrendous. Sounds like the worst way to die.
Sounds like the absolute worst way to die. Yeah.
Okay, rewind a little.
Okay.
You just noticed there was a bat in your house, which you've told me that happened before.
Yeah.
So did you actually come in contact with the bat?
This
Or
one,
thinking like maybe I did and I was sleeping and I didn't know?
that is the case. Yeah. This one didn't come in contact with it. In the past, I have been like sitting in my bedroom. This was like a few years ago, and like a bat swooped up and like hit me in the shoulder.
Remember that, dude.
Yeah. And I have a tennis racket, dude. Like I keep a tennis racket. It's over in the other room right now, but like they say you're not supposed to kill them because they're pretty innocent. Like they're for the most part like they're like scared. Like you can kind of just like if you can like trap them in a box and like take them outside. That's what they say. Hopefully this doesn't get me in trouble. I just I just hit them with a tennis racket out of the air like a tennis ball, and they either die or they like pass out, and then you just throw them outside.
I don't think you're the first one or the
Yeah.
only that would react that way. If there was a bat flying in my house, I would shoot it. I would do anything I need to do to get it the fuck out of here. Especially knowing this. I don't want to fucking
Yeah.
rape.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to even have a chance of like touching it or biting it or anything. So I take a tennis racket and it flies near me and you just, boom, hit it out of the air one good time. So this one didn't come in contact with it, but it was just the unknown and the fear of that possibility, and that I didn't want to risk certain death. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Especially a death like that, dude. So I was like, you know what? Let me be safe. Like, I'm just going to go to the doctor, explain what happened, and they're going to give me this rabies vaccine. And that is exactly what happened.
So you're good now.
Partially, the rabies vaccine happens in stages over 2 weeks. So you have to get like 4 different shots over 2 weeks. So I got my first one on Monday. I got to go back tomorrow to get another one. And then I have to go back again on Saturday and then back again like next Monday.
And chances are the bat did not come in contact with you. And
chances are it did.
There's still a chance that that bat doesn't have rabies. And even if it did, you're fine anyway. But the chances that it did and it does have rabies, you could fucking die.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
which was chance enough for me to be like, I'm just going to be safe, you know? Sure. And also the fact that this isn't the first time a bat has been in my house, that it's happened multiple times. If you get the rabies vaccine, it protects you from getting rabies for like 3 years. So there's also another layer of security of like, if this happens again, I don't have to like freak out and like wonder if I had rabies, because it's like, it's not like, I don't want people to hear this podcast and be like, yo, Adam's living like in a cave full of bats. Like he's every day killing. That's not the case. It's like, 2 or 3 times a year, it's like, oh shit, like a bat got in the house. It's not all the time like that.
It's still way too many if you ask me, but yeah, I definitely know you.
Yeah.
I would move out of the house if that's all that once.
Really?
For sure. I'd move out of the state.
Well, this is move out of the state. This is also my childhood house. This is kind of like where I grew up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I actually love the house and I love the area and little things like that. I just have learned to deal with it, I guess.
Bats.
Yeah, don't love the bats. I don't love the bats. But yeah, dude, that's kind of a new development in my life. I never thought,
So random, bro.
yeah, I never really thought that I'd be doing that, but you know, yeah, I don't want to have a like schizophrenic rabies heart attack into my life. That would be a terrible, bro. Imagine like all the music we've made, all the lives we've touched, the shows we played, everyone who's supporting us, and you hear like Adam Yokum went out with rabies.
That
Holy fuck.
would be the saddest thing I could think of.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
And just so like, when's the last someone died of rabies? I mean, maybe it's more common than we think, but
It's actually not. It's actually extremely uncommon. Like
like,
there's not a lot of rabies deaths, but there was one last year. Um there was a literally same thing happened. I saw an article in the local news. My local news ran this even though it happened a year ago and it happened in a different state. I don't have no clue why this was on my local news. But
probably because they know there's bats everywhere.
honestly, probably this is which let's get into this after this. Hold that thought. Anyway, about a year ago, there was a boy, I think he was just a young kid, maybe 13 or 14 years old, and a bat landed on his head in his sleep and scratched him on the head in his sleep, and he died of rabies from that.
It's wild, man.
So the same thing that I'm describing actually did happen to somebody, this kid, like maybe a year or two ago. So very tragic, very sad, very unlikely, but it can happen. Definitely can happen. You said something about because there's bats everywhere. I gotta do some research on this and know the facts before I start talking out of my ass. I wish we had like a "Hey Jamie, could you pull that up" type of thing on the podcast, but there is a really big bat population in West Virginia, and specifically around the county that I live in. And my mom did Airbnb around the area. She still does, and there would be people staying in her Airbnbs coming here to like study the bats that are around here. Um, and I can't put my finger on what the actual significance is, if it's just a high population or if I think it's there's like a certain species of bat that lives here. It's something to do with the ears. Like the ears on the bats here are small. They're like small ears, whereas some other bats have the big pointy ears. And for one reason or another, there's a certain sector of science they like to come here and look at them. So there is a bat thing here. Yeah. You'll see like West Virginia artwork. Like if you come and see like local paintings that people do, it'll be like a collage of like West Virginia leaves and mushrooms and shit. And it'll pretty much almost always have a bat on it as well.
So it's kind of like a staple in a sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Like West Virginia is like known for having bats.
I think so to a
I
certain
don't think
degree.
I've ever
Yeah.
seen a bat in real life.
You've never seen a bat in real life?
I don't think so.
Ah. Yeah, maybe they are heavy here. I'll take a walk down the street at nighttime and see them flying around in
Yeah,
the
I
air.
have, but I feel like I don't know if I have, man. I'm not gonna lie. I can't think of a time where I would have seen that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Huh.
there's many bats in California.
I have never
Yeah,
thought
well,
about it. I've never considered the bat population of California. Uh, I mean, it kind of makes sense. They like dark and damp places.
Yeah.
It rains a lot in West Virginia. There's caves all over the place here. You know, it's mountains. It's a karst region. You know, um, so it makes sense why they would live here. I don't. I feel like it's not the same in
There's
California. Just kind of a
probably
different
bats in
climate.
Massachusetts, and I just did a pretty good job at staying out of their way.
I would bet that is the case. Yeah.
I wasn't like looking into fucking caves and like going in the woods at night. Like I'm all set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bats or not, I'm all set with that. You know.
Or not. I'm all set with that. Even if you knew the bats weren't in there, you're not going in a cave?
How did no, absolutely not. How did Batman become Batman? Did he get bit by a bat, or he just put on a fucking thing? Because
I
like
don't know.
he doesn't have powers.
I don't know. That's one of those movie series I haven't watched.
Well, I know like the origin is like his parents got robbed, and then he was like, I'm gonna be vigilant and like take care of the city type of thing. But I don't think it has jack shit to do with actual bats. Call in if I'm wrong, because I don't know. But because like Spider-Man, he like gets bit by a spider, and then he's fucking shooting webs and shit.
Yeah. I feel like it does have something with bats. Wasn't he like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think I've watched the like original Batman movie once maybe, and I was a kid.
Do you think George Clooney and Val Kilmer and all the people that played Batman have rabies?
High chance of that. Yeah.
And they're gonna die soon. It's been fucking 30 years since they've played Batman, but
There's a really high chance of that. Yeah.
damn, that is an insane life update that I did not expect. Actually, I had no idea what you were gonna say.
Yeah. You never do know. You never know.
You never
You never know with me, dude. It's rabies one day. It's jumping out of a plane. I might.
you never done that though, right?
No, but I might.
You're fucking nuts, bro.
You wouldn't jump out of a plane?
Dude, I'll jump in a plane and then let them go up and then wait till I'll walk off.
What can we get you to do that's like, there's no sort of like, you don't want to go surfing, you don't want to go swimming, no caving, no camping, no skydiving, no. Come on.
Dude, it's just unnecessary danger and risk.
Yeah,
Like
but
the
it's
doesn't mean anything to me.
fun.
It's not fun. You know what's fun? Feet on the ground. Safety. You ever heard of safety?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Wearing your
What if
seat.
we did a thing where just once a calendar year, okay, and we'll do it for the podcast. We'll even like we could like vlog it, we could make it an annual like episode. There would be like two of them. Once a year, you pick an activity, and it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I have to go participate in this activity with you, and we do the same. You and me. I'll pick an activity, and you come and participate in it.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the hole in this plan. Whatever I pick is going to be something that you would have no problem doing and probably just want to do anyway. Because it's probably, hey, let's go play basketball or fucking something. You know what I mean? Something normal. You're going to pick something fucking insane because you're trying to piss me off.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to piss you off. I just think that there's a lot of life to be lived. I think there's a lot to see out there in the world. There's experiences to be had. And it's
Listen,
exciting. It's exciting to go get a new little view of the world and a new little experience in your life, you know?
I'm pretty worldly, brother. I've been around the block.
You have been around the block.
I just don't need to do shit that I don't want to do.
No, you don't.
I would argue more people should do that.
It's fair. It's fair.
People saying yes to too much shit and they're wasting their fucking time and they're like, oh, I don't like this. This shit was not cool at all.
Fair. I'm just saying, if you ever want to jump out of a plane with somebody.
You ever heard of the YouTube channel called Yes Theory?
Rings a bell, but I don't know what that is.
They're pretty huge. They're like a group of guys. They do crazy shit because like they basically just say yes to everything. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, we want as much experience as we can. Like they literally do like skydiving and crazy shit, you know? I'm gonna start a channel called No Theory. And the whole channel is just people asking me to do stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not doing.
That's it.
You think it would
New
blow up?
update. Dylan says no to camping.
Yo,
Yeah, it
you want
could.
my birthday party? Absolutely not. I'm gonna stay home. Appreciate you though.
Thank you. Let me know.
That's funny.
You want
No,
to come
I
to
mean,
my birthday party? Nah, but let me know.
um, nah, I mean, I do suck sometimes, and I'm just not that fun. But I just like what I like, man. I'm a simple guy, you know.
Fair.
I shouldn't be like your tour guide. I'm self-aware. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing most things.
Yeah. Would you get on a boat?
There would have to be a pretty good reason.
Just like rest and relaxation, like a yacht.
That's not relaxing to me.
Oh my god. Have you ever been fishing?
Uh, when I was young, I feel like I could get into that if I'm old and have nothing to do. I feel like I
Yeah.
could do that.
Yeah. I could see you kicking up by the pond, like just, casting some lines out.
I think there's a good chance that when I turn like 60, I'm like a golf and fishing type of guy. Very calm, serene. There's no danger involved in those things. But like I'd see those type of things clearing my mind, and like it's something that it takes time to get good at, and I could see myself progressing and like kind of nerding out about like, what type of bait to get depending on where I am. Like I don't know if that's like maybe what I'll be interested in, but I could see that happening.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
world where you get me up in a plane and hey, you should jump out of this. I don't want to do that. There's no way.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um,
I take enough risks in life, brother.
yeah.
I've bet my entire life that I'm going to become a fucking successful rapper and music manager. You know,
I think you've been doing a really good job at that.
I'm trying my best, but I don't need to take any more risks. Because you know what? When I think about that and I gamble all my time and money and effort and brain power towards it, the payoff is you build a life to do whatever the fuck you want and you leave art behind and like you make an impact on people. Those are all outcomes that to me are worth taking a risk on. The outcome of jumping out of a plane is just you're back on the ground where you started. I'm already here. I don't need to go do that. That risk is fucking stupid. You get what I'm saying though?
I get what you're saying. It does make sense. It does. There's nothing to gain out of jumping out of a plane
It's
on
only that.
paper. On paper there's nothing to gain, You gain the experience and you gain just the I did that type of moment.
I'll tell everyone I didn't do it.
Maybe I could see, you know what? I think it would make sense for someone to do it if they have a fear of heights. Like if that's like a fear of theirs and they're like, I think jumping out of a plane would help me overcome my fear of heights because that's like the peak of like what I'm afraid of. You know? I don't think you're afraid of it though. It's more so you just think it's unnecessary.
So illogical to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think I'm afraid of it. I don't think I would be like happy about it. But here's another thing. Let's say you're just a guy and you're afraid of heights. Don't go up there. You can just be afraid of heights. You know what I mean? But
No,
like,
you gotta
why do you need to be comfortable with being fucking thousands of feet in the air? You don't need to do that.
I think it's like, it's a self-mastery thing. It's like I don't want to be scared of things. So I'm going to go like conquer my fears.
I don't want to be scared of something that I would never be in a position of unless I purposely put myself there. It's not like some days you wake up and you're high up in the sky and you're like, oh, I don't, you know what I mean?
Oh shit, how'd I get up here?
You know what I mean? Though it's like, why can't you just be afraid of heights?
Yeah.
Some people are afraid of spiders.
Yeah.
Like to me, that makes more sense to like, how do I conquer this? Because sometimes you see a spider, you didn't choose to.
Yeah.
There's no world where you're just up there and you didn't take steps to get up there somehow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Unless you're taking a plane, like unless you're just like traveling, but I feel like a lot of people with heights, I don't know if they probably don't get on planes at all, do they? Like flying around?
I think people that are afraid of heights can still fly unless it's really extreme because you're sitting down in the thing. It's not like you just don't have to look out the window. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you just get like an aisle seat or something where you don't look out the window.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
maybe there are extreme cases where like, I can't fly because I'm afraid of heights. In that
Yeah.
case, then, you got to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. There was a dude, I don't know if it was heights or maybe just a fear of flying or, God only knows what it was. But me and Pat were flying home from tour, I think the last one. And there was a dude few rows ahead of us that just had an absolute meltdown, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they brought him out like one of the brown like paper bags to breathe into because he was like you could hear him like I don't want to do it in the mic because I feel like for a podcast listener that would suck, but very labored breathing, like yeah, dude, hyperventilating, just shaking in his boots, and we were just like, damn, man, I feel bad for that guy. I hope he feels better. Yeah, so people definitely do. People definitely do have some fears with planes like that. They're trying to conquer. Um, it's a little nerve wracking at the airport. I get a little nervous sometimes, not to the point where I'm like shaking and freaking out, but it can be a little nerve wracking.
Huh. I've never felt that just because maybe I just have this blind trust. I'm like, well, if you're a pilot, like you're probably gonna handle it. Like I'm not gonna do anything to change this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's not like I'm gonna go up there and pull up, pull up
Well,
on the handles.
pick a name out of the hat. And whoever's on the flight has to one person's got to fly it. I'd be fucking freaking out, But
Yeah,
it's like I don't know. It's what they do this every day.
yeah. Um, I wanted to touch on some conversation about fish while we were on it.
Okay, it's the important stuff. Episode 30.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Episode 36, the important stuff. Um, I was just in Hawaii for any listener that doesn't know that. How could you guys not know that? Yeah, what the hell? Just got back from Hawaii. It was a lot of fun. It was really beautiful. One of my favorite things that we did while we were in Hawaii was snorkel. And we went down and like looked at the coral reefs, and there were just flocks of beautiful fish around, dude. Like all these colorful purple, blue fish and gold fish. It was just like it was really gorgeous, and the water was like a turquoise blue, like just the bluest water I've ever seen. It looked like Gatorade, um, and and dude, I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. So I don't know. I don't know where this goes in conversation, but you just reminded me of it whenever we were talking about fish. You know, enjoyed that. So if there's anyone listening who hasn't been snorkeling, if you're somewhere in the area you can do that, grab the goggles and hit the water.
Yeah, that's dope. I've always seen like videos and stuff. Obviously, I did go to Hawaii, but I did not. We didn't have time to do anything like that. We were playing shows and stuff, but
Yeah.
stuff that you got to see something that you've just never seen before. Um, Maybe one takeaway is those guys are still out there. Those fish are still swimming around right now. You know,
They are. Yeah.
like, we're over here stressing about like release dates and whatever tour logistics, and like those fish are just swimming around, being cool, looking good, just having a day, trying to get a next little nibble of food.
Fish don't give a fuck.
No, fish never would.
Episode 36. The fish don't give a fuck.
We'll definitely. We'll call it that. Makes my job easy.
Okay.
They don't though, and it's like I don't really know what that means. I was hoping you would have some sort of overarching metaphor for that, but they're out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's good. It's good to just notice those things and notice that like everyone's living their own version of life. Every like species and everything is living their own version of like what life is to them. And most things that stress you out, most things that like bring you down and make you feel like you're having a hard time, probably just because it's in your little world and your own. And if you're able to reach into your bubble and pluck yourself out of it for a moment and look at things on that scale, it's way easier to recognize like my problems maybe aren't as big as what they feel. Maybe it's not this big like mountain. It's just something that's in my bubble.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Thanks for delivering on that one.
No problem, Dylan. Just
I
thought
can
about
always
it for a moment.
hear a wholesome view through your lens, you know?
Yeah. Thanks. I was actually talking about that with my sister a couple days ago with people that everyone has their own version of the world. And until you go out and like see a new version of the world, we were talking about it can be hard to continue like old relationships from like we were saying that you know when we were both younger and we were in college, we had these friends and people around us, and even in high school. And then you kind of go out in the world and you experience things and you learn things and you change a bit of your personality. Maybe you just approach the world a different way, and then you go back and talk to those people that you knew in college or high school, and you can sense that there's like maybe a disconnect in your all's relationship, or you can sense that you're not on exactly the same page like the way you used to be. And it's that a lot of times you're friends with people because the scope of your world and the things that are in your bubble line up with somebody else.
Sure.
um and when you go outside of that bubble or someone else does, it's really hard to continue relationships when you can't relate to somebody.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
um it's just a strange like observation, and it is like I think it's a little bit comforting just knowing that um most of your problems, most of the things that make you happy, even everything that's going on is kind of a product of your own perception of the world, which is something that you're in control of to an extent. Like, a lot of our perception is just like happenstance and what we observe going through life and what we experience. But also, it's just like, it's all just a mind state. So I just felt like that was really good news, that I felt like you can live any version of this world that you would like to.
Yeah. And I think what you were saying, it only gets more drastic over time. This is not to be like the old guy every time, but I mean, you were in college, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, even in that window of time, if you're feeling like, oh, some of my college friends, like, we're just completely different people than both of us were 4 years ago. I graduated college 11 years ago. I graduated high school 15 years ago, bro. It's
Yeah.
fucking a long time ago. Like, you're a completely different person in 15 years, It's like half my life went by since I was in high school.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, there's plenty of people that I was friends with that, like, if I met them today, I wouldn't even, like, want to talk to them because we're just on completely different paths. Not that one is better or worse, but it's just like, oh, I wouldn't even know that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, yeah, I think what you said about just how some of your friends are, it's kind of like circumstantial or even just like location based. I have one friend who I won't name, but he was like in college years, like drinking a lot, partying a lot, like going out, just like having fun, being a normal college kid, right? And then like he decided to not drink for a period of time. And he was like, oh, dude, I noticed I haven't seen this person, that person, this person. And then he was like, I think I was only friends with them because it was like fun to go out and get drunk. And it was just like they lived down the street from me. And that was pretty much it. Like, we don't have any conversations on a day to day basis or like call to catch up on one another because we cut out this one thing that we like to do together. Maybe that guy's actually not really my friend. It was just like kind of a convenient pairing of two people that can be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that happens not just with that, but with anything. And also I think that's okay too. Like, I have certain friends that I'm really good friends with because of music. And like, that's our common thread. If both of us stopped making music, maybe I wouldn't hang out with that person as much or like ever, and I don't think necessarily even a bad thing. And there's other people where it's like pretty much no matter what, we would be intertwined because we've built a certain bond and friendship. And like, there's just a lot of common threads. It's not just one thing that's like kind of tying us together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know if I have much to add on to that. I feel like it's really just interesting to think about, dude. And I think it just makes me think about like who in my life is, who would be there if everything changed,
Yeah.
and it's good to keep those people around. And also it's good to just to think about that as well with people that you become friends with through work. You can kind of tell who's just there because of work and who's there because of friendship.
Yeah.
It's really easy to tell whenever you can have conversations with somebody that has nothing to do with music or nothing to do with really what brought you together in the first place. So
100. Yeah. And I think you know, like who those people are.
yeah,
If you took 10 minutes to think about it, you could probably put them all into categories, and those could all change over time too. Because it's also cool to have friends because of work, no matter what you do, and it's like they kind of just fill that gap in your life. Like when it's time to be around, you're like, oh, this person's fun to be around. I like them. Doesn't mean I'm going to be best friends with them for my entire life, because you also find yourself in situations where you're working with people and have to be around people that are like, I fucking hate this person. So it's like, I'd rather have like a work friend, quote unquote, that's kind of just like, just that, than have to be around people that you just can't stand, because that does happen too.
yeah, yeah.
But it's important to
Agreed.
know, I think, in your own brain.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna write them down and just go ahead and block
Hey, man, I decided you're actually in group 2.
them.
Only talk to me if it's about work. And if anything else, just forget I exist. Appreciate you.
Group 2.
You're actually in group 3. You're blocked. See you, bud.
Start a group chat. Hey guys, everyone here is in group 2. Just wanted to let you know.
That'd be a good way to ruin every relationship you've ever built.
That would be super strange. Message your group 1 friends. Hey guys, I just want to let you know you are group 1. You can just hit me about anything. I'm here for you
I think
guys.
bringing this full circle, I think when I turn 60, I'll do that.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm just out on everything. I'm just going to play golf and shit. So it's just like, all right, group 1, you guys are in. Open book, nothing changes. Holler at me. Group 2, you guys are pretty much out. I'm done working. It's been awesome. Like, still like you guys. And group 3, don't ever talk to me again. I'll just send all texts.
Yeah.
I'll have
Hey,
thousands of contacts in my phone by then, and I'll just fucking group them off. I'll spend a week, just put them in
yeah.
little buckets and just shoot them. And then
Yes.
I'll be at peace for the last 20, 30 years of my life. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. All the loose ends are tied up. You got your homies with you. The group 2 and group 3, they're in their place. As soon as you do that, you go buy a set of clubs, you go buy a fishing pole, and just take it easy for a little bit.
And then you can also make group 4, all the people that died already, and you can
Yeah.
just delete their number. You don't have to send the text because they're dead.
Okay.
I think everyone should do that, dude.
It's actually a really good method. I like this. I'm going to start forming my groups today, maybe.
100%. Send me
Yeah.
a fucking little spreadsheet. Get it approved.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I'll put together something on Excel.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So.
funny.
All right.
Well,
Good
either
stuff.
way, the fish don't give a fuck. So we'll see you guys next week. And thanks for being here.
Peace.